If you didn't know, that's why I'm wearing down joggers right now. You all look very comfortable out there in not down pants. My mom was my age now when Title IX started, so do the math. I'm a Title IX baby. A few years ago, she handed me the Title IX catalog before Buttnski even existed and said, "This looks like something you should apply for." It said Pitchfest, and here I am. Pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. I spent my 20s living in cities, working for the man, and trying to find my people to play outside with, always dissatisfied. I stepped away from my outdoorsy lifestyle growing up in the Pacific Northwest to pursue adulting and a corporate career that left me feeling completely disconnected and extremely stressed. In 2019, I found myself in Summit County, Colorado, moving in with my parents, about to turn 30, and finally feeling like I was home. For context, man, that was a hard time. For context, Summit County is home to Breckenridge and is a resort mecca in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. Living here, I reclaimed my roots and I fell in love with the outdoors all over again. I finally found my people and I was totally embraced by the most beautiful and welcoming community that I'd been looking for my whole life. I traded in the weekend warrior life for daily hikes, lunch rides, and chairlift meetings. So if you ever need to have a meeting on a chairlift, you know where to find me. And I was changing my outfit 5 times a day, which was so exhausting and very frustrating. I quickly learned that when you're living the full-time mountain life, your wardrobe transforms no matter how hard you try to resist it. I was determined to maintain my fashion sense, but I couldn't find clothing that performed while taking me from work to play without feeling like the outdoor uniform, like I was so serious, because I'm going to go hiking. You know what I'm talking about. I didn't love the colors, fit, or style of the options available to me and felt like women were an afterthought in the industry compared to all of the options that existed for men. As it turns out, I'm not alone as a woman buying men's clothing for the performance and features that are often lacking in the women's version. Pockets, zippers, relaxed fits. Has anyone experienced this and bought men's clothing for these reasons? Thank you. Okay. So what we gain in performance and functionality, we sacrifice in fit and style, leaving us feeling like a frumpy version of ourselves, distracted by what we are wearing, which takes away from our outdoor experience and being fully present in nature. Come to find out, a lot of outdoor clothing is designed for and by men who make the women's version as an afterthought, convinced that women don't need the durability and features that men require. Something needed to change. In 2020, I started Buttnski as an outdoor clothing brand to serve women first and to empower our lives outside. Lucky for me, my big brother knows the outdoor industry, and all it took was one introduction to get us started. My passion for design and style came from my life as a former ballerina, working for companies like Starbucks, Nordstrom's, and Red Bull, and ultimately starting my own brand design business in 2017 after leaving my corporate career, all of which led me to understand how to build a business and design brands that people get behind. I've always been a juxtaposition, with the perfect example being when I worked for Nordstrom's and the CU Boulder outdoor program in the same summer, guiding climbing trips. I thought, why can't my street clothes perform and function for the things I love to do outside? With this hole in the market, we decided to make stylish and functional clothes for people who love to play outside, starting with ladies first. The name and our first product were inspired by this pair of fleece shorts right here from the 80s. Anybody? Yeah? That my mom was skiing in to keep her butt warm. She still does, but now she's wearing the OGs. This brings me to our product. After attending Outdoor Retailer with my brother's badge in January of 22, we started developing our first 2 pieces. I did not have $600. And we launched this past winter, so we're playing catch up. It hasn't been a full season yet. And during that fateful OR experience, we met our down supplier who introduced us to our manufacturer. And just like that, we are working directly with the owners of the manufacturers for the U.S. Winter Olympic jackets in New Jersey. Our OGs and Blue River Down joggers, are the start of our collection. They are daily staples in my winter wardrobe, and they add functionality to summer backpacking and cold fall biking adventures. Both are made in the USA as an effort to localize our supply chain and reduce our carbon footprint to support local emerging industries whenever possible. Soft pants, play to après, and trail to cocktail are the trends that inspired us to start with these two pieces that are solving persistent problems in our mountain life. Cold butts on chairlifts and long underwear under jeans, which I refuse to do because you feel like a stuffed sausage. Anyone have ever experienced that? My husband swears by it. I don't get it. Our products feature high-waisted, yoga-like waistbands, modern silhouettes, four-way stretch fleece, and cozy oversized pockets. Can you even see my hand now? It's totally buried in there. All right. Yes, they're coming to the OGs with new lengths and colorways for fall 24. We've revised the pattern to put pockets on our fleece shorts. I know y'all like pockets. My mentor told me that. Margot. Localized small batch manufacturing gives us the ability to take risks and test new colors and styles before bringing it to you all in the market. We're working to complete our fall-winter line with additional lengths, relaxed fits, and tops, and begin designing our spring-summer lifestyle collection over the next year. You might see some gloves here, which I'm happy to answer questions about later. That's a 2025 thing. Currently, we offer sizes extra small to extra large with patterns already adjusted for inclusive sizing as we grow, thinking about, triple extra small all the way up to 4 extra large and even beyond. Our material selection begins with fit, performance, and durability, and we consider the sustainable alternative when it makes sense. Our Blue River Down joggers, which I'm wearing, feature a recycled nylon downproof face and U.S. responsibly sourced down, which is a byproduct of the food industry and is fully compostable. So if you ever decide you're done with them, you can just shake them into your garden. Our commitment to sustainability and impact touch all areas of our business. We were an early adopter of the Prana Responsible Packaging movement. We're a 1% for the Planet partner, and we're working with the University of Colorado at Boulder. Go Buffs! Woo! And we are a capstone partner for their Masters of the Environment program, developing our sustainability and strategic plan. Events and partnerships have helped us gain early traction. We secured our first retail partner on Main Street in Breckenridge and just dropped off the first order a few weeks ago, and they sold their first pair of joggers within an hour of me being there. Thank you. In white. Gear Junkie and Outdoor Sportswire have featured our joggers, saying that they fit athletic butts, thighs, and calves, and they're guaranteed to improve the fun factor on the coldest days. So you'd think by now that we would have cracked the code on what women want with all the movies and everything, but I recently pitched to a room full of male investors who still don't have it figured out. As a woman who is immersed in Adventures Playground, surrounded by 14ers and pushing my own limits daily in work and life, I understand firsthand how transformative it is when women feel empowered and have the tools they need to succeed and perform at their highest potential. That's why we're designing outdoor clothing for and by women, and we're on a mission to help you have more fun doing what you love outside without sacrificing style for performance. Thank you, Title IX, for having us and helping us butt into the industry. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice job. Are you hot in those pants?
I'm getting hot. I'm changing if anyone wants to try them on later. Size small.
Can you talk to me a little bit about your pre-order campaign? How big was it? How did you promote it? And what are some lessons that you learned from it?
Great question. And you might see from the P&L balance sheet, May, we had a hit, and that was the pre-orders that we delivered. So May was when we delivered our first pre-orders, and it was about, 50 minus 11, so 48 or 9. Or sorry, 38 or 39. And that's because we finally finished our prototype before the new year this year. But then our fleece that stocked in LA was on back order. It should have been quick ship, and it wasn't. So we got 25 pre-orders from friends and family, and then we cut our PO with our manufacturer and we doubled it. So we ordered 50, and then our fleece was back ordered. So by the time we got the PO and delivered it, it was May. And then I just delivered the first order to the shop in Breckenridge, which was for 11 pieces, because I approached them in March or June and said, will you carry our joggers this winter? And they had less room for people like us to come in late. So that was the August hit of 11 joggers.
Got it. And so the pre-order was mostly friends and family. You didn't promote it beyond?
Thank God, because we had some hiccups with the back order and the delayed time frame. So we learned a lot of lessons, and we're currently doing pre-orders. We've sold about, I think 7 or 11 more just this month. And we're at Rome Fest right now as we speak with 500 women. We just pre-ordered a jogger this morning. So
Got
I think
it.
we're going to see a lot of ramp up from now through the holidays.
So you're promoting it mostly through events and things like that?
Yes, events is what I've been focused on, and building really strong partnerships with my community in Summit County just to really get those initial 100 people that are like, yes, we are going to follow you forever. And my dirtbag friends who have no money are the first to buy $300 joggers.
Well, that segues to my next question and concern. I mean, how do you are arguably very small. I mean, how do you move this beyond hobby and selling to friends and family?
Absolutely. We've invested. Oh, sorry. We've invested about $50,000 of our own money in this business so far, and then we've had additional friends and family support. We're actively working on angel and investor relationships, and I'm currently in a founder co-op petition that has been throughout this month, where there's a $5,000 grant that we're going to use for inventory if we find out we get it, and then we're getting sent out to a group of 500 angels and VCs that can become mentors. So that will be happening in the next week or so. We're also going to Grassroots Outdoor Marketplace. We're in the Discovery Marketplace in November. We were invited this year. So with exposure to 170 specialty and independent retailers, we're confident we can get a huge percentage of that for fall winter 24 wholesale orders. So since we're playing catch up and we launched like midwinter, we're really focused on wholesale for 24, but also continuing to do a pre-order for direct to consumer so that we can deliver some joggers midwinter and cut our PO in about 2 weeks.
And then just related to that, you see that as an advantage or disadvantage to be such a seasonal product here?
Oh, we're already thinking about spring, summer. So our primary activities are skiing in the winter, biking in the summer, and our market for that is about 30,000 people overall, and 40% of those are women. And within the ages of your category, which is also our target market, about 35 to 54-ish in that range. It's about 4 point something million for winter sports alone. So that's what we're going to develop for. And we're working on products that are non-specific to a sport. So more general that you can cross over between activities.
Awesome. Nice job. That was great.
Thanks.
What are you, so let's see. What are your mins and lead times, and are you hoping to stay manufacturing in the USA?
Yes. So the reason we haven't promoted it like crazy is we don't know if we're going to stay, but it's been a really nice way to start and with low risk because our minimums are low. Like our first order of shorts was in LA and we were able to get 25 just to try it out. Currently we're moving those to Denver and our minimum is 300 with our manufacturer, but that's with colorways and sizes assorted into that 300. So we can really afford to try things out, and our lead times are 4 weeks once we get rolling with them, which we're currently onboarding right now. And then our manufacturer in New Jersey, who specializes in technical outerwear and down blowing, their lead times are about 6 weeks once we get slotted into production.
Nice. And follow-up question: how are you finding like reliable sources of fabric and like maintaining the quality and ensuring the quality on that?
Our first meeting at Outdoor Retailer that day was with Polar Tech, and we found out it's cost prohibitive and the minimums were too high. As you know, you have the crash tight. So we found a 4-way stretch fleece alternative that it performs as well, 295 grams. It's super insulating. On the back of this pant, I can go sit in a snowbank and I'm just as warm as the front. People actually like it better. We've showed them both and we said, what do you think? It doesn't bag out like the Polar Tech material. And no shade to Polar Tech, but right now we're just not there as size-wise. So we've found an alternative that does the job, and we've done pill tests, everything. So I have a friend who has linen sheets in her van life situation, and she gets pilling on the joggers, and then it's the linen. We take the sweater stone and the pants don't snag, nothing happens. They're beautiful. And they machine wash on cold with Granger's down wash, and you can tumble dry them and they're good as new.
Nice, very nice. And thanks for adding pockets to the OG.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support.